This border issue between Mexico and the United States is a bilateral issue.
Ottawa won't be getting involved after President Donald Trump made a surprise announcement that puts the new North American trade deal and Canada's push to ratify it on ice.
And it will be my biggest statement so far on the border.
Trump is threatening to impose a 5% tariff on all goods coming from Mexico starting on June 10th. But Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland won't say if it's a bad move for the new United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, just as Canada was starting to ratify it.
So I think that really is a question for the White House. I'm paid in Canadian dollars, not in pesos or U.S. dollars.
The newly threatened tariff is intended to spook the Mexican government into taking action on what the Trump administration calls a crisis at the southern border. The president has blamed Mexico for failing to stop Central American migrants from crossing to the United States.
We've been giving them advance warning for months. We've asked them repeatedly and told them they have to do more. We've seen a massive influx of people coming from that region, and they have certainly the ability and the legal authority in which to deal with it.
Unless Mexico starts cracking down on migration, the tariff would increase each month to as high as 25%.
We did hear from President López Obrador that Mexico intends to move forward with its domestic ratification process. And I do want to underscore for people that Canada is in very close touch with our Mexican counterparts. Our intention is, insofar as possible, to move in tandem with our partners.
Ninguna provocación.
Mexico's president called Trump's move an attempt to provoke his government and said they will not fall for it. Trump made the tariff threat yesterday on Twitter after telling reporters this.
No place in the world has what we have in terms of ridiculous immigration laws. So I will be making a major statement. I would say my biggest statement on the border.
The battle at the border is an issue seen as critical to Trump's 2020 re-election campaign. But the tariff puts the fate of his own trade deal in jeopardy, as it still needs to be ratified by all three governments. Trump's threat came on the same day that Mexico's government began the ratification process for the USMCA. And the move comes 2 weeks after Trump lifted tariffs on Canadian and Mexican steel and aluminum that had been a roadblock to ratifying the new trade deal.